Next in line, before we get started on this carburetor overhaul, is we need to drill out the main jet. This is the main jet that I have mounted in a 5/16 quarter-inch drive socket, which we will then mount in the lathe. You don't have to use a lathe for this drill out procedure. It sure makes it easier. You could use a drill press if you had a deft hand and could drill straight. The reason for drilling this main jet out is because these vintage carburetors were designed for 100% gasoline, which by and large is not available to us today. There are a few isolated areas where you can get pure gasoline, but other than that, it's been diluted with 10% ethanol, which means the gasoline has 10% less BTU content, and your vintage cars are going to really run badly. They're going to be starving for gas, and they're going to be stumbling like crazy. So we drill the main jets out 10% over. Now, it's important to realize that the 10% is the surface area of the jet has to be increased. The diameter of this original jet is 0.062 inches, 62 thousandths. If you convert that to square area by using the formula pi r squared, you can do the math. And then when you do the math backwards to find out what 10% greater than that is, you'll come up with a drill size of 0.065 or 65 thousandths. So the bore, this bore has to be increased by 3 thousandths of an inch. That's not much. And if you didn't do it by square area, if you just took and increased the diameter by 10%, you would end up with a drill size or a jet that's 0.068 or 68 thousandths, which is way too large, and the engine will run so rich that it's just not going to work. It's going to run very, very badly and follow your plugs in short order and dilute your oil. All that extra fuel is going to get by the rings, get down into the crankcase, and dilute your oil. So this calls for fairly precise work. The lathe makes it easy. All of the work that we're showing you, at one point we did this all by hand, but now that we've got better equipment, this just speeds things up. So we're just going to drill this out 3 thousandths. These mini tiny drills like this are available on eBay, Amazon, etc. You just have to dig around a little bit. So let's have at it. Okay, that has nearly gone through, and as is very common, when the bit gets through, it likes to catch. And that's what you just saw happen. So let's turn it around and drill it the other way. Actually, that's going to be hard to do. I might be able to finish drilling this by hand. Most of the bore has been enlarged. I just need to get rid of this burr. Okay, I think I'm going to finish this off on the drill press. Okay, as you saw, that micro drill bit broke when it went all the way through. If you've ever drilled through any kind of steel or metal before, the most likely time for the bit to get stuck is when it gets almost all the way through the back side of the hole. So that's just the way it is, and those micro drill bits have almost no substance to them whatsoever. I just poked out the broken piece, and just to show you that the hole is actually 3 thousandths bigger than it was. It was 0.062, which is actually 1/16 of an inch, and this is a 1/16 of an inch drill bit, and it used to just barely fit in there, and now if you put it in, you notice that you have a little bit of wiggle. It's tight. I mean, it's nowhere near as tight as it was. It actually moves around in the jet. So that's 3 thousandths bigger diameter than it was. All right, so we've got that done. Now we can get on to actually reassembling the carburetor.